I'm Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Behind the Star.
Thanks, Sheriff Bradshaw. Palm Beach County drivers, we're cracking down on speeding and aggressive driving. Together, we can avoid fatalities by playing it safe on the roads. This driver was extremely fortunate. After losing control of their vehicle, a nearby tree prevented the car from veering into the incoming eastbound traffic, which could have resulted in an even more serious accident. Let's stay alert on the roads to avoid catastrophes. And as we head into the rainy season, here are some tips for driving in the rain. Slow down and keep a safe distance from other vehicles. Make sure your headlights are on and working properly. Use your windshield wipers to clear visibility. And remember, staying cautious and alert can prevent accidents and keep everyone safe on the roads. Check this out. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Motor Unit took to the streets to conduct safety inspections and enforce seatbelt use. Watch as they surprise drivers who are following the rules with a unique reward, a special mug to show their appreciation.
We're actually out here today to conduct safety inspections, make sure people are wearing their seatbelts, and making sure that children are in some type of child restraint device, as such as a seatbelt or a child seat. So my guys here behind me are actually getting ready to now go out and talk to some civilians and make sure they're actually wearing those seatbelts.
All right, we want to thank you for stopping at the stop bar. My name is Deputy Ray Serrano. I work in the Sheriff's Office. Okay, and we're doing seatbelt enforcement, okay?
And today what we're actually going to do is give out the mugs and some other little things for saying thank you for wearing your seatbelts and also properly driving their vehicles correctly.
We want to thank you guys for both wearing your seatbelts. We're going to give you a coffee mug, okay? Thank you so much. And since there's two of you, I'm going to give you one each, okay? But keep wearing your seatbelt and make sure we're stopping behind that white bar at every intersection, okay? Y'all have a safe day. Thank you. Have a good day.
Hey, I'm Sergeant Scott. You're the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Motor Unit. I just want to say thank you for wearing your seatbelt today. We're trying to give out these mugs so all the drivers are actually following the rules properly, and we do appreciate you wearing your seatbelt today. So we're out here to make the citizens happy today. Tell them thank you, and also make sure they're safe to drive down the roadway.
We're doing a seatbelt enforcement detail, and because you're wearing a seatbelt, we're going to give you a mug in appreciation of you doing that. Okay?
The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, in cooperation with other county agencies, held a threat management conference to educate national law enforcement on the latest techniques in handling violent threats to public safety.
This event is the Targeted Violence Unit's first annual Threat Management Conference and highlighting the Palm Beach County Threat Management Team, which is a countywide team made up of federal, state, and local law enforcement, as well as mental health and community providers in our community to combat mass violence in our area.
Trying to get people that are going to commit violent acts, get them ahead of time so they don't do that. The whole idea is so we don't have school shootings, so we don't have mass shootings, so we don't have domestic violence where somebody gets killed. If we can stop these things ahead of time, we're way above the ball game here.
Our unique collaboration with all our partners, not only from the law enforcement side, but our community providers, is unique and something that we thought could be shared across the nation to help other law enforcement agencies.
The reason we're hosting this conference is we probably do it better than anybody in the United States. That's why I was asked to testify in front of the United States Senate on how we do things and with the composition of the unit. So today, you got people from all over the United States that are going to be here. They're going to talk about these units. They're going to talk about what we can do better. We're going to talk about, what's going on across the United States as far as these violent acts are concerned, and try to come up with solutions.
Through early intervention, it is possible to divert someone that may be on the pathway to violence. Much can be gained from the sharing of information and resources.
If we want to prevent things like mass shootings, which we've seen an uptick in the last few years, this is our best tool. And we want all our families to go home safe and other people's families to go home safe.
We have licensed mental health therapists who are paired with law enforcement who work cases pertaining to threat assessments in our community. The role of our therapist is to conduct assessments and to provide linkage to mental health services.
By having individuals reported to your threat team, it allows you to be able to intervene and get them connected with the help and resources that they need prior to any type of active violence.
These acts of targeted violence that we're seeing in the news are preventable because we have 30 years of research and science that has identified red flag behaviors, and if we can recognize those early enough, we can stop these.
This conference has been amazing. The sharing of ideas and the networking, as well as the takeaways that everyone is being able to provide. We're all in this together.
We're very proud of the work that Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office is doing.
PBSO deputies had a blast taking some amazing kids from our anti-bullying mentoring program to Legoland. It's great to see these young minds engage in positive activities and spread kindness wherever they go. Did you know that 20% of students ages 12 to 18 experience bullying nationwide? It's time for us to put an end to this harmful behavior. Remember, every person deserves respect and kindness. Reach out to those in need, be a listening ear, and report any instances of bullying. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office teamed up with Bridges to produce anti-bullying public service announcements for children.
PBSO is helping build bridges between the children and their community. Loser, fall down, loser. Hey guys, why would you do that? You okay, sweetie?
Okay.
What happened? Why would you guys do that?
She's my cousin. I was just playing with her.
Is that true?
No, I do not know who that is. I was just walking home.
You guys know that that's bullying? Would you guys like that done to you or your family?
No.
Okay, well let's help her get her backpack on and apologize.
We apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't know I would feel your feelings. Hurt your feelings. It's okay.
Now, we honor the memory of Deputy Sheriff Richard J. Lands, who paid the ultimate price while upholding his oath to serve and protect our community. We are forever grateful for his service and sacrifice. It's with great sadness that we announce the passing of Lieutenant Daniel Picciolo, the District 7 Executive Officer. Lieutenant Picciolo began his distinguished career at PBSO in 1994. Please keep his wife, Jennifer, his family, and District 7 personnel in your thoughts and prayers during this difficult time. We remember and honor Detective Clarence Bud Backherms, who made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. Our thoughts are with his family and loved ones. We're deeply saddened to announce the passing of our beloved PBSO horse, Bella. She served our mounted unit and the community with honor and distinction from 2016 to 2023. Bella passed away peacefully on Saturday, April 8th, surrounded by her handler, Deputy Sheriff Audrey Miranda, and the mounted unit team.
So today we're here to talk about securing your home while you're gone on vacation or out of town so that it is not an opportune target for burglars and thieves. Well, if you're going to leave on a vacation, you're going to be out of town for any length of time, you want to make sure that you make your home look like you are still there. Some of the ways that you can do that are to make sure that when you're gone, someone continues to cut your grass, keep the house outside look like someone's still there. Part of that would also be if you get newspaper delivery, to either stop the delivery or have your neighbors or someone pick up the newspaper and bring it in, or put it out of sight so that people driving by couldn't tell that there was an accumulation of newspapers in the driveway. Along those lines also goes with your mail. Either have your mail delivery stopped or have neighbors pick up your mail. Get the automatic timers for your lights, which will turn your lights on and off at night while you are away so that it looks like there's activity in the home. One of the other things that you do, especially in this day and age with the prevalence of social media, is you don't want to post on social media that you're going on vacation, because sadly to say, sometimes burglars aren't going to be people that you don't know. They could actually be someone on your friends list. Have secure door locks on your home, and if you have an alarm, make sure you set your alarm and have that monitored. I think most alarm companies, you can call them and let them know that you're going to be on vacation, so if the alarm is activated, that they know you're not there. Some of the other things that you can do are video surveillance cameras. Make sure everything in your house that's of value is secured. When you're out of town, have your neighbors look out for your home. The bottom line is you just want to make it as hard as you possibly can for the burglar to A, get in your house, and then B, if they do get in your house, to get your stuff and steal it. PBSO wants to make sure that when you leave on vacation and you come back, that your house is just the way it was when you left it.
Welcome back to Behind the Star. We recently celebrated National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. A huge shout out to our dedicated team of telecommunicators.
This is Telecommunications Week, and I'm here to start off the week by thanking all the people that work in telecommunications for the outstanding job they do. Telecommunications and the commo section is the nerve center of the agency. All the calls for service that we do come in here first. If it doesn't start here first correctly, then it's not going to go as good as it should go on the road to the deputies that are responding to the calls for service. This is the nerve center of the agency. So as busy as they are, they turn out the most fantastic quality of work. They're always ready to do the right thing. They're paying attention to business, and I can't begin to tell them how thankful we are for what they do and how well they do it. So thank you, communications people and telecommunications people, for everything that you do.
And now, let's take a behind-the-scenes look at these heroes, gather essential information from callers to get them immediate assistance. Here is a day in the life of a dispatcher.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yeah, I need an officer. I did the attack of my own residence.
Okay, what is the address?
80 Place. I just been attacked by a guy in the room. My roommate and a guy.
80 Place. Is this a house or an apartment, sir?
What motivated me to become a dispatcher was when I lived in Pennsylvania. I've been an EMT for many years. I've been a police officer on the road for many years, talking to the person on the other side of the radio. So when I relocated to Florida, I felt it was time to extend my passion and be that person on the other end of the radio. In this profession, you're the voice of reassurance on the other end of the phone, that calming voice that can calm down that parent whose child has an issue, and just to assure them that help is on the way. The way 911 works is you call 911 on your phone, your cell phone, your house phone, and it comes into a public safety answering point where a dispatcher will answer your call. They'll get all the information about the call and about the caller, and they'll put it into a computer-aided dispatch system. They'll then send that call over to a dispatcher who's working on the radio. That dispatcher is then responsible to give that information out that's obtained over the radio to the responding units.
To all motor and CSA units on North Region 1, any motor unit or CSA unit on North Region 1, if you can switch over to 1092 and B51 to District 3, Code 3 for a signal 8. Motors or CSAs on this channel, switch over to 1092 and B51 to District 3, Code 3 for a signal 8.
I had a child drowning call one time where the mother had called on the phone, and when I answered the phone, she was just hysterically screaming on the other end. It was my job to calm her down, figure out exactly where she was, what was going on, calm her down while putting all the information in to get the units there quickly. I'm not sure if the child made it or not, but just to know that I was on the other end of the phone to calm that mother down and to get her the help that she needed quickly, I felt that I made a difference. Well, technology is constantly improving, so the latest technology that just came out is the 911 to text. For those that might not be able to dial 911 or in a situation where they can't talk to a dispatcher, they can always text 911. Your other option is to just dial 911 and leave your cell phone open. We can pick up a location or an approximate location from that, and we'll send resources to that area to try to find you or to track down the emergency. National Telecommunications Officer Week was established in 1981 in California, and it was a week to recognize the heroes behind the headset. It's often that we don't get any recognition. People don't necessarily see us. They talk to us on the phone, and then when the responding officers or EMS gets there, I don't want to say that we're forgotten about, but the focus then goes to them. So this week was organized to recognize those people who are talking on the phone and, again, the heroes behind the headset.
Every piece of information that you gather helps the deputies out there on the road and everybody else that's involved in the incidents that happen handle it properly. If you don't get it right, they're not going to get it right. So that's why it's so important, and that's why it's nice to be able to recognize everybody that's here today and say thank you for what you do. Because not only do we appreciate it inside, I know the citizens of Palm Beach County do also.
He's only been with us for a couple years, brings 13 years of experience to PBSO. He worked in law enforcement communications, fire rescue communications, and was a certified law enforcement officer. So before I continue, I'm going to go ahead and bring him up. That's Dan Hall. So
PBSO recently celebrated Volunteer Week. We're grateful for the selfless dedication of our volunteers, who've been an essential part of our agency since 1989. We couldn't do what we do without them. And meet Jacqueline Witt, our dedicated volunteer admin major. Thanks, Jacqueline, for your tireless efforts in making a difference in our community.
Everybody calls me Jackie. My position with the volunteers is I'm the admin major, and I oversee all the admin special units. I am a retired RN, 35 years working. I've had the privilege of being in just about every part of nursing you could imagine. Started out in medical surgical because that's where all new grads start. And then I worked my way up to, at the time it was called a head nurse, overseeing one unit, and then within a couple of years I went to become a director overseeing a couple more units, and then as time went on I ultimately ended up as an executive director of nursing. For the first year I didn't know what to do. I just was not used, I'm used to being up and in the hospital making rounds with physicians 6:30 in the morning. I wasn't used to having all this spare time on my hands. Ironically, where we live, there was a COP unit that was established, and one of my neighbors would constantly be driving the car around, and he actually was the one who recruited my husband and I. And we said, what the heck, we've got nothing else to do, so we'll just volunteer. And ironically, once I had started the volunteers, I got a call from a friend of mine who volunteered at another outside unit. And she said, come work with me. And that was at the Delray Marketplace. And she said, come help me in the Delray Marketplace. And it was just coincidence that I met my now Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Goldman, who walked in one day, asked me what I was doing. And I said, well, they don't have a training manual or a policy and procedure book, so I'm doing that. He said, oh. And within a couple of days, I got a phone call. Went up to meet another former volunteer coordinator up at the Vista Center, and she asked me if I would like to become a member of the admin unit side. So I did that as additional, kept driving, and still to this day, still drive in Unit 7-3 for Winston Trails, and I just progressed my way up from there.
Members of the PBSO team are running with a purpose. At this Special Olympics event, we run to break barriers and to create a world where everyone is included and accepted, regardless of their abilities. We also run to ensure that our athletes are treated with the dignity and respect they deserve. And we run to empower them to transform themselves, their communities, and the world. Join us in our Special Olympics mission to make a difference, one stride at a time. And PBSO had an amazing day at Gove Elementary School's Career and Vehicle Day. We joined our partners at Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, POMTRAN, Florida Forest Service, the American Red Cross, and other wonderful organizations. The goal? To inspire our youth to explore different career paths and possibilities. Our PBSO Community Outreach Mentoring Program youth from Belglade Elementary School were invited as special guests to the Scripps Research Institute. They got a chance to meet the scientists, visit a lab, and even participate in a hands-on experience with a purple sea slug. All of this was made possible by the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Foundation and AT&T. And now, some news and notes from around the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. A big round of applause for our amazing PBSO heroes, honored at the 26th Annual Safety Awards Luncheon. They were recognized with the Heroism Award, as well as their creation of the STEP program, the Well-Being Program, and the Workers' Compensation Program. Also honored was the Therapy Canine Unit. Their dedication makes our community safer and stronger. Did you know, according to statistics, 1 in 5 women will experience rape at some point in their lives, and 1 in 4 girls will experience sexual assault before the age of 18. As part of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, PBSO stands in solidarity with survivors, and we continue to work towards prevention. While touring the many units in our agency, our Sheriff for a Day guests were asking questions about the first woman deputy who made the PBSO SWAT team. And by destiny, they got a chance to meet her. Deputy Lashana Edwards has become a mini celebrity in Palm Beach County. We loved meeting Olivia from France. Olivia has a rare genetic bone disease called Goldblatt syndrome. She's in our area for medical care, and recently Olivia and her mother met Deputy Megan Castile, and they formed a special bond. When Deputy Castile heard that Olivia's sisters, Carolina and Gabriella, were coming to visit from France, Deputy Castile invited them on a surprise visit to our PBSO mounted unit to meet our horses and therapy dogs. Meet the Corrections Emergency Response Team, our elite team responsible for handling critical incidents in our jails. From high-profile inmate transport to handling fights and ensuring jail safety, they're always ready to respond. We're proud to have them on our team. We're so proud of Sergeant Liscano for sharing her inspirational story with the students at Lantana Middle School. As an immigrant, she's a testament that with determination and hard work, anything is possible. What was even more special is that she presented with her brother, who's now a school assistant principal. Together, they're motivating and empowering the next generation. Meet Ms. Teresa Kirschbaum. She's been helping children cross the streets as a crossing guard for the last 20 years. This month, we celebrated her commitment to keep the children in Palm Beach County safe. A big round of applause to our very own Palm Beach County Sheriff District 3 Community Policing Unit. They were recently recognized at a community commissioners meeting for their outstanding service. Their dedication to keeping our neighborhoods safe and fostering strong community relationships makes us all very PBSO proud. We recognize Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're shining a light on the importance of mental well-being for all. As a law enforcement agency, we prioritize the mental health not only of our community, but also our officers. Let's work together to break the stigma, support each other, and promote mental wellness. PBSO celebrated National Kids and Pets Day. We want to share some adorable moments between our canine and therapy dogs and the children they love. We're so proud of the positive impact these furry officers have in our community. PBSO works together to make a positive impact in our community. The District 5 Community Policing Food Distribution Team joined forces with Restoration Bridges to distribute over 19,000 pounds of food to those in need in the city of South Bay. Thank you to all involved in this amazing effort. PBSO honored World Autism Month. We love standing with and for our autistic community. As a law enforcement agency, we're committed to promoting acceptance, understanding, and inclusion for individuals with autism. Together, let's spread awareness and celebrate the unique strengths and talents of those on the autism spectrum. And PBSO celebrated Earth Day in Palm Beach County. We join hands to celebrate our Earth and to honor the commitment to protect our beautiful planet for generations to come. As we continue to serve and protect our community, we remain dedicated to caring for our environment. Together, let's make Palm Beach County a cleaner, greener, and safer place to live. One way we like to promote living a healthy lifestyle among children is with games. Our deputies teamed up with the Palm Beach County Fire Rescue and the Peter Blum Family YMCA to have a day full of games and competitive activities. Let's continue to inspire our youth to stay active and healthy. Take Your Child to Work Day was a blast this year. From the Mountain Unit to Therapy Dogs and even the Bomb Squad, we got a chance to show our future leaders the different departments where their moms and dads work to keep our community safe. Great job, PBSO. Now, back to you, Sheriff Bradshaw.
Okay, that'll do it for this episode of Behind the Star. On behalf of the men and women of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, thank you for watching.